Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Forever, coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today I'll be doing a review on the JC Wings Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft in the bare metal livery scheme in the flaps down version in a 1/200 scale model. I ended up purchasing this model off eBay because that was the only option I had, and at the time of this video review posting, this model is becoming very scarce, hard, and difficult to find as we speak. Before I go into details about this aircraft model, this particular aircraft model, allow me to share some information about the history of Airbus, if you would please. Airbus Industrie is a European multinational corporation that was formally established as a GIE, a Groupement d'Intérêt Économique or Economic Interest Group on December 18, 1970, as the aerospace manufacturer was formed by a government initiative that took place between France, Germany, and the United Kingdom that originated 3 years prior in 1967. The name Airbus was taken from a non-proprietary term used by the airline industry in the 1960s to refer to a commercial aircraft of a certain size and range, for this term was acceptable to the French linguistic. Airbus Industrie actually began as a consortium of European aviation firms, along with the consolidation of European defense and aerospace companies that actually designs, manufactures, and sells military and civil aeronautical products worldwide to compete with American aerospace companies such as Lockheed Martin, McDonnell Douglas, and Boeing respectively. The headquarters of Airbus Industrie is located in Blagnac, a suburb of Toulouse, France, with production and manufacturing facilities that's located mainly in France, Germany, Spain, China, the United Kingdom, and the United States, whereas their final assembly production facilities are located in Toulouse, France, Hamburg, Germany, Seville, Spain, Tianjin, China, and Mobile, Alabama as well. Alright, let's take a look at the box you see here, the front of the box, where you see the first A350-1000 decal, the first A350-1000 delivery from St. Nazaire Airbus decal, the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, and the aircraft variant, as well as the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model information at the lower part of the box. Now you're looking at the back of the box. We're going to start on the left side of the back of the box where you see the aircraft variant at the top, the aircraft type, all the specifications and the information about this particular aircraft, as well as the warning information. Then you go to the right side, we see all the measurements of this aircraft from the side view and from the aerial view as well. You also see their social media Facebook page, JC Wings, and the JC Wings logo at the lower part of the box. Now you're looking at the top of the box where you see the aircraft type, the A350-1000XWB. XWB stands for extra wide body, and the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model information at the lower part of the top of the box. Now you're looking at the bottom of the box, the same information I showed you at the top of the box early on, and then you look to the right side of it, there's two versions, the regular version and the flaps down version. You see the one checked, that's the flaps down version. That's the one I'm going to do the review on. I had to get that version, okay? Now you're looking at the metal model stand that came with the model, very strong and sturdy. And then you see that black padding there on there, folks. The purpose of that black padding is to prevent your model from being damaged or scratched when you put this model on the stand. That's what that black padding is there for, folks. Now you're looking at a plastic bag here, and what's inside this plastic bag are the gear replacement doors, featuring the two little toothpicks. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the purpose of these gear replacement doors later on in the model review. Alright, with all that information out of the way about the history of the aerospace giant Airbus, all the details here on this box, as well as the specification information on the back of the box, plus the metal model stand that came with the model, plus the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag. With no further ado, everyone, here is the model. Check it out. There it is, everyone, the JC Wings Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide body aircraft in the bare metal livery scheme in the flaps down version in a 1/200 scale model. Now, allow me to share some information about the Airbus A350-1000XWB aircraft you see here and how it came into existence, and it's about to change the game of aviation as we know it. The Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft is the second variant after the Airbus A350-900XWB, as well as the longest fuselage version of the A350 family that was actually produced and built by European aerospace maker Airbus Industrie, as the program for the Airbus A350-1000XWB was officially launched on December 1st, 2006, along with the A350-800 and the A350-900 variants, and was originally scheduled to enter service in 2015. However, due to the massive delayed backlogs of the Airbus A380s getting delivered on time, plus in addition to the overhaul changes on this aircraft that took place and was redesigned in 2011 stemming from engine thrust issues concerning the engines that resulted in a more powerful engine variant upgrade for this particular aircraft, it wasn't until April 15, 2016 that the first Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, which bears the registration ship number F-WMIL, which is this aircraft here, finally rolled off the assembly line facility, which is located in Toulouse, France. After conducting and performing over 1,600 hours of flight testing on this aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, this aircraft variant was officially awarded type certification from the European Aviation Safety Agency as well as the United States Federal Aviation Administration on November 21, 2017, and took its first maiden flight 3 days later on November 24, 2017, then conducted its last maiden flight 2 weeks later on December 7, 2017, as the first aircraft of this type was scheduled to be delivered to launch customer Qatar Airways in December 2017, but didn't receive its first Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft until February 20, 2018. And in addition to the Doha-based carrier Qatar Airways becoming the actual launch customer, as well as the largest customer recipient of the new state-of-the-art Airbus A350-1000XWB, with 37 actual confirmed orders, other airlines such as Air Caribs, the Air Lease Corporation, Asiana Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Etihad Airways, Iran Air, Japan Airlines, the LATAM Airlines Group, Virgin Atlantic, plus one undisclosed customer has placed a total of 132 additional orders for this aircraft variant. And at the time of this video review posting, these unfulfilled orders as we speak are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery, as the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft has become the aircraft that was designed to replace the Airbus A340-600, and also has become the aircraft that will compete directly with the Boeing 777-300ER and the forthcoming Boeing 777-9X, which is scheduled to enter service around 2020, as well as the forthcoming Boeing 777-8X, which is scheduled to enter service around 2022 respectively. Now let's talk about the bare metal liveries on this aircraft. I'm definitely excited about this part here. Airbus Group Subsidiary Premium Aerotec, based out of Augsburg, Germany, delivered the first forward fuselage section of this aircraft to Airbus in Hamburg, Germany, where it was equipped and assembled before it was eventually flown to the Airbus facility in Saint-Nazaire, France. Whereas another Airbus subsidiary, Stella Aerospace, based out of Toulouse, France, delivered the nose cone section of this aircraft, which is this right here, where the nose cone, the forward fuselage right here section, as well as the rear fuselage section of this aircraft, which is right here, was equipped and assembled together in Saint-Nazaire that formed the entire fuselage before it was flown to the Airbus A350XWB final assembly line facility in Toulouse, France, sometime in early 2016. And after the wings, including the wingtip device, the blended winglets was produced and built at the Airbus Broughton factory, better known as a specialist facility in northern Wales. The wings were also flown to Toulouse, France, where the wings were assembled to the fuselage. And whereas after the engines that were flight tested on an Airbus A380 shortly thereafter on November 7, 2015, this is what the aircraft finally looked like when it finally rolled off the assembly line in Toulouse, France 5 months later on April 15, 2016, as this aircraft, however, was eventually painted in the Airbus House Colors livery scheme sometime in July 2016. So, with all that information about the aircraft and this nice looking livery, how they put it together, with no further ado, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft. Let's check it out. Okay, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side. We're going to start here with the nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door, the nose cone right here, the front part of the fuselage right there painted in green, the cockpit windows as well as the windshield wipers. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those later on in the model review. You also see the pitot tubes and the static ports, what have you, right there. But right here by the L1 door, you see there the first A350-1000 decal. And this decal indicates that this was the first aircraft of this type that was actually built as production on the Airbus A350-1000XWB. Extra wide body aircraft actually began in February 10, 2016. Now you're looking at the center of the fuselage and you see the first A350-1000 delivery from St. Nazaire Airbus decal. The fuselage of this aircraft was the first Airbus A350-1000XWB that was actually assembled at the Airbus facility in St. Nazaire, France, before it was actually flown to the Airbus final assembly line in Toulouse, France. Alright, before I get to the engine part, I'm going to let you check these triple bogey gears here, which I find very impressive. You see the gear struts as well as the gear doors. They kind of copied a little bogey gear deer from their competitor, which starts with a B and ends with a G. You can figure that out, go figure. But anyway, I digress on that. But more important, you see these big massive engines right here, featuring the engine cones, which is real detailed. These are the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB 97 engines that are used on this particular prototype Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft in the bare metal livery scheme. Okay, you also see the Rolls-Royce logo right there on the engine column. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around and let you see the front of the engines and the turbofan blades do spin. Check it out. Now you're looking at the front of the engines, featuring the engine stripes right here. As I mentioned earlier, the turbofan blades do spin. Check this out. Perfect. And then you see the inboard landing light right there on the edge of the wing, as well as the landing bogey gears here on the port side, the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors. But more important, you see the flaps here in the flaps down position. I'll let you check it out. Come all the way over this way. See there? I'm gonna show you all that at a different angles later on in the model review. And now you're looking at the engines on the starboard side, featuring the engine stripes right there, and the turbofan blade spin over here as well. Okay, and then you see the inboard landing light right here on the starboard side. You also see the flaps in the flaps down position right there, as well as across the wing right there, which means I'm going to show you at a different angle later on in the model review. Okay. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft. We got a better visual view of the power escape hatch door above the cockpit windows, as well as the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the pitot tubes and the static ports below the cockpit windows, the nose cone, the nose gears doors, the landing gear lights inside the nose gear struts, as well as the realistic nose gears. So with that said, I'm going to take it back to the port side of the aircraft because there's more information to share with you over there as well. Let's check it out. Now you're looking at the wings in the aerial bird's eye view, and I got in this position for a reason, because the flaps down. You see the flaps in a down position right here, as well as right along there as well. That's the part I like, which I find impressive. Alright, we're still on the port side of the aircraft, where you see this nice looking wingtip device. These wingtip devices are actually called blended winglets, and these blended winglets were made from composite materials, and the purpose of these blended winglets is to improve the overall efficiency of the aircraft, resulting in saving fuel, lowering noise emissions, and improving takeoff performance. These blended winglets also has a 31.9 degree sweep angle, helping to increase the cruise speed to Mach 0.85 to a maximum operating speed to Mach 0.89. The blended winglets for the Airbus A350 were produced at the Airbus Broughton factory, better known as a specialist facility, that's located in Hawarton, Flintshire, Wales, which lies near the border of England and Wales. And you also see the A350 decal right there on the blended winglet, as well as the red navigation light next to the blended winglet. Now I'm going to let you see these blended winglets at the front angle. Check it out. Now you're looking at these blended winglets from the front angle. You see how it's swept off in a 31.9 degree sweep angle, which I find impressive. Awesome. Now you're looking at the back of the wing, where you see the slats and the ailerons and the flaps down position back here. You see right there, as well as over here. You also see the fuel dump valve right there as well. Alright, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the first section 16/19 for the A350-1000 decal right there. This section of the aircraft was also structurally equipped and assembled in Hamburg, Germany, before it was delivered to the Airbus A350-XWB final assembly line facility in Toulouse, France in February 2016. Alright, we still at the back of the aircraft where you see the A350 decal that's displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft you see there. And this huge decal number actually represents the aircraft type. And but more importantly, check out the horizontal, the vertical stabilizer tail here. The rudder also spins as well. You see there? See, I got a little problem with that right there. There. Okay, it goes back and forth, but you got to be careful because it will break off. You know, it's a little challenge there, but it is what it is. Okay. Now looking at the horizontal stabilizers on the back of the aircraft here, and the rudders go up and down as well. See, there, over here as well. You got to be real careful. That's a delicate part of the aircraft model as well, because it will break off and will come off. Okay. And then more importantly, you see the APU exhaust right there, and APU stands for auxiliary power unit. And you see, and underneath the APU exhaust hole, there's the two little strobe lights. Now you're looking at the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide body aircraft and the bare metal livery scheme in the flaps down version from the rear view angle. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft on the starboard side, where you see the nose gear struts, the nose gear door, the front part of the fuselage painted in green here. You see the pewter tubes and the stag ports, what have you, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, and you see the first A350-1000 decal. And you see the front cargo container loading door, and you see right there, that's what it's about to paint it in the Airbus house colors right there. Now you're looking at the triple bogey gears here on the starboard side, the bogey gear struts, as well as the bogey gear doors. And more importantly, you see the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB 97 engines right there, with the Rolls-Royce decal right there on the engine cowling, featuring the engine cone, which I find very detailed and impressive. Now you're looking at the aerial bird's eye view. There's wings on here on the starboard side. You see the flaps in the flaps down position right here. You see there. And you come over here as well, right there, which is impressive. Now you're looking at the blended winglet here on the starboard side, featuring the A350XWB logo on the blended winglet, as well as the green navigation light next to the blended winglet. Now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the rear cargo containing loading door right there, as well as the A350 decal right there, which is the aircraft type right here. You also see the rudder here on this side here as well. See, gotta be careful though, real delicate part there. Okay, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, I'll let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears, which rolls pretty good. Alright, it tilts, and the nose gear even swivels as well. It's there, and there. Okay, so with that being said, allow me to show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model. Let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. We're going to start at the front of the aircraft. You see the painted nose cone. You see the pewter tubes. You see the windshield wipers, the cockpit window, the power escape hatch door. The front part of the aircraft painted in green there. Then you come here, you see the first A350-1000 decal on both sides of the aircraft. You see the anti-collision beacon light, the Wi-Fi box, another high frequency antenna there. You You see the satellite communications antenna in 3D. And then you come up here, another antenna. And then you see the tail right there, as well as the horizontal stabilizers right there, as well as over there. You see the little dot right there on the horizontal stabilizer, as well as over here as well. Those are the illuminator lights that light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Now let's check out the wings. No wing walkway. You see the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engine right there, the engine strike from the aerial bird's eye view. You see the flaps, slats, and ailerons in a flaps down position right here. The fuel dump valve. And then you see the blended winglet with the A350 decal on this side of the aircraft. Let's check out this side, folks. No wing walkway, but you got the engines, the engine strikes. You see the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you, in the flaps down position on this side. The fuel dump valve, as well as the blended winglet featuring the A350 XWB decal on this side here as well. Now you look at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft. You see the nose cone painted in white. You see the partial fuselage painted in green and gold, what have you. You see the nose cone, the nose gear, sorry about that. The nose gear doors. Come up here. Another high frequency antenna. The anti-collision beacon light right there. The hole where the stand goes in at. Another high frequency antenna. And the APU housing doors and the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Let's check out the gears here. The gears do tilt. Perfect, awesome. You see the engines right there underneath, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers right there in the flaps down position right there. You see the registration ship number on there, F-WMIL. The fuel dump valve, as well as the blended winglet. Let's check this side out, folks. The gears here tilt, perfect. See the engines right there underneath, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you, and the flaps down position on this side here as well. Fuel dump valve, as well as the blended winglet on this side of the aircraft. Okay, since I'll show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, as well as the flaps in the down position on the aerial bird's eye view, I'm going to put it on that nice little metal white model stand that I showed you earlier. So no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. Okay, fine, got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation. As you see in this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position on the port side. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand. See how the wings are flexing a little bit in the flaps down position right there. The big massive Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines intact. Now you're seeing this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position here on the starboard side with the model on the stand. Now you're seeing this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position from the tail cam angle with the model on the stand. Awesome. Okay, before I take this model off the stand, I got in this position for a reason, and the reason is the gears. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the gears, starting with the nose gear right here. These are magnetic and retractable. See there? The gears are on the port side, there, as well as the gears on the starboard side, there. Okay, so with that said, since I got all the gears off this model, I'm gonna let you check this model out from a different angle without the gears. Check it out. Now you're seeing this model being displayed without the gears and in flight mode. Now you got one or two options how you want to display your model from this point on. Option number one is you want to continue to display it like that without the gears. That's fine. Remember these gear replacements that I showed you on? That's the purpose of these gear replacements, is to substitute your gears while you continue to display your model in flight mode as you see there. Or you can go to the other option, is to keep the gears on the model, keep it in the gear down position. Your choice, gears up, gears down. I choose to keep mine in gear down position because it adds more value to the model. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model stand, and go in and wrap up this model review. Alright? Alright, registration ship number F-WMIL, what you saw underneath the wing there. This was the very first Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft to roll off the assembly line in Toulouse, France on April 15, 2016, as well as the first of 3 Airbus A350-1000XWBs that was actually used as a prototype for flight testing as well as ground and laboratory testing. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on November 24, 2016, and at the time of this video review posting, this aircraft was still being used as an experimental prototype and is yet to be delivered, as this aircraft prototype has since been painted in the Airbus House Colors livery scheme, which was painted sometime in July 2016. And finally, the seating configuration. Depending on the airline seating configuration, the typical Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft seats up to 366 passengers in a 3-class configured cabin layout, up to 387 passengers in a 2-class configured cabin layout, and up to 440 passengers in a single-class configured cabin layout respectively. And the maximum flying range on this aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, is 7,950 nautical miles, which equates to about 9,149 miles on a full passenger load. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it. If you can find it, I highly recommend you get this one, because this model is becoming very hard and scarce to find as we speak. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.